What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of Sistas. I know, I'm hella late, but we gotta talk about the season finale, okay? Don't judge me. Life has been lifing, and the holidays are here, okay? But I still wanted to talk about it. So we have Sistas, Season 9, Episode 22, I believe. And let's go ahead and get right into it, because we started the episode off with everybody basically sleeping off the night, okay? Because everybody had a good night, right? Andy mama, y'all, why she wake her up by smacking the hell out of her with a pillow? I said, girl, did you have to whack her like that? Sheesh. So basically, her mom wakes her up and tells her that she's going to cook her breakfast, and then she kind of asks Andy about the night. And of course, Andy is like, we had a good time, right? So then we see Andy have a conversation with her mom while she's stuffing her face with pancakes. And basically her mom was saying how, I'm feeling so much better now. I went to Bible study. I said, girl, Bible study? Was Bible study at the bar? Because you met a whole man at a bar. It had nothing to do with the Lord. But okay, girl. Nonetheless, Andy's mom finally opens up to her and tells her why she's even visiting her. And it's because she has been diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer, okay? And of course, Andy is concerned. Like, this is her mom. At the end of the day, regardless of whatever issues that they may have had in the past, this is still her mom. And she's like, why didn't you tell me sooner? And her mom's like, well, you were so busy being a lawyer and all of this stuff. And I'm like, lady, your health, the fact that you could have possibly not been here right now, that really does matter, ma'am. You should have told your daughter. Like, it is so wild to me how many people, they like to hide different illnesses that may come upon them. Because it's like, if you don't make it, those people are not even going to be able to really spend the proper time with you before you get up out of here, okay? But nonetheless, here's the thing. Her mom is going on about how, the cancer hasn't spread and, she has great doctors. However, Andy is trying to control the situation. And here's the thing. She did the same thing with Karen. Y'all remember when Karen was having all those complications at the hospital? She's like, we're going to move her to a different hospital and we're going to do this, that, and another. And it's like, Andy, you don't have the control. Okay? So in this situation, she's telling her mom, okay, well, you need to go ahead and move to Atlanta. I know all these great doctors and all of this stuff. And her mom's like, no, I'm not moving to Atlanta. I have a great team of doctors where I am in Florida. And Andy's first response is, okay, well, I'm coming down to Florida. But her mom shuts it down. Her mom basically tells her that all you got to do is pray for me. Okay? You're not coming to Florida. You're not doing all these things. Now, I do feel like there could be some balance where Andy goes to see her mom. You know what I mean? But child, we'll see what happens with the show, because I feel like this is going to be the last time we probably see her mama. But nonetheless, they end the scene with them saying the Lord's Prayer, right? Now we slide on over to Sabrina. She wakes up, walks out of her bedroom, and Rich is at her fucking apartment. Y'all, I was irritated. Because, nigga, why is you here? Like, for real, why are you here? And here's the thing. He goes on to say that, I helped you to your apartment. And also while we were, getting in the car, you told me that you missed me and how you specifically wanted me to take you home. I'm like, why? Why the fuck did you have to take her home? Y'all, I'm sorry, but there's no way Rich or Tony need to be in season 10. We need to get rid of these niggas stat. We got rid of Jordan. Let's get rid of these two. I'm not understanding why you're still here. Now, according to him, Fatima told him not to try nothing with her. Fatima, I'm judging your ass now. Why the fuck did you let that nigga take her home? You know that they not together. You know he cheated on her. I don't care if they had broken up. They had just broken up. That breakup was fresh. I'm not understanding why you and Zach feel like this nigga needs to get back with her when he dogged her ass out. Like, what are we talking about right now? I'm judging the fuck out of Fatima right now, for real. So, nonetheless, Sabrina ends up offering him some coffee. And I'm like, Sabrina, what are you doing? Like, get him out of your house. I don't understand why Sabrina has such a hard time getting niggas out of her house. This is like an ongoing thing with her where people, they just come in whenever they feel like it. And she has such a hard time with telling them to get the hell out. So then when we go back to Sabrina and Rich, he finally gets a clue and says that he's going to fall back. He's not going to keep trying to pressure this situation, because at the end of the day, you know, it's up to her to choose if she wants to take him back. Also, he know that he's done some horrible things to her. And my thing is, Sabrina does not need Rich. Nothing about Rich gives that Sabrina needs to take him back. Nothing. I'm not understanding. And then, you know, he does admit, like I said, I can respect the fact that he admits that he crossed boundaries, because he absolutely did, especially popping up at her job multiple times. And now he hopes that they can be friends. Now, before he leaves, Sabrina gives him this hug and thanks him. Sabrina, I'm giving you a side eye, girl. I'm giving you a fucking side eye. Because after all that he's done, I'm not understanding where your brain is going that you should take Rich back. Or you should even be friendly to Rich at this point. It's weird. Nonetheless, y'all, Danny wakes up at her apartment and Officer Green is laying in her bed right next to her. Sir, please leave. Please. I've been trying to shake you since we met you. So Officer Green, he's like, oh, you know, you should get back in bed. And of course, Danny is saying, nah, I can't be doing all that, right? She wants him to leave, yet he's still trying to stay. Again, writers, please. When these ladies want men to leave their homes, stop making it seem like, oh, he's going to use his charm and she can't deny that. So she's going to let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do. We've got to stop doing that. We've got to stop writing that. Okay? Because then, as she's trying to get this nigga to leave, here comes another op. Here comes another nigga. Here comes Tony. He walks in the house. Nigga, you don't live here. Why the fuck are you walking in her fucking house like that? This is no longer your girlfriend. Y'all broke up when she told you to get the fuck out of her house. Like, I'm not understanding. Did she tell him to leave the key? I could have swore she told him to leave the key. Danny, why are you still leaving your fucking doors unlocked? We know what has happened to you all the times that things have happened. Because there's been a lot of things that have happened in Danny's apartment. Why are you leaving your fucking doors unlocked? I'm confused. So he's pissed off that she's with another man. He's like, for real, Danny, this is what type of time you on? Like, we just broke up, all of this shit. I'm sorry, but sir, this is no longer any of your concern. It's really not. Because why are you here? So next thing you know, these men, they start fighting or whatever. She ends up kicking Officer Green out. I think his real name is Marcus. Yeah. I think his name is Marcus. So she ends up kicking him out. And then when she says Tony's name, this man gonna say, don't say my name. Don't say my name. Nigga, is you okay? I'm sorry. Her saying your name was gonna do what? I'm not understanding why you're so mad at her for saying your name. That's the first thing. Second thing, he keeps saying how, oh, you cheated on me. That's unforgivable. Nigga, you stole her fucking money. That's what's unforgivable. Like, are we okay? Let's not act like you are a saint in this situation. You have literally done this girl wrong. You stole her money. You was low-key living off of her. Planning to spend her money. Okay? That she got in a settlement against a fucking airlines because your ass was inappropriate. Like, are we okay in this situation? I don't think we are. There's no way you can tell me that this man is in the right in any way, shape, or form. Tony, if you don't get the fuck on. So he ends up telling her, oh, don't call me no more. Why would she be calling you? So that you can steal more money from her? I'm confused. So, moving on from there, we got to get to this little cookout, right? Mr. Keys, he outside, he on the phone, and Fatima is overhearing everything that he's saying. Baby, come to find out, he the daddy. But today is not the time or the place to let Zach know that he's the father. Y'all, I'm irritated. Because I can't lie. Did I think that Mr. Keys was his dad? I did not. I'm just like, okay, this is just an old guy, whatever. Then when he mentioned how he like ran with, what's his name? With Zach's mom and his dad. I'm like, okay, maybe he is a friend. Maybe I'm naive. Maybe y'all can let me know. Because some of y'all in my comments is like, yeah, he the daddy. But in my mind, I'm like, why the fuck would you fake to this point? Why would you fake it to be his dad's friend to this point? You said that man literally picked up and moved to Toronto. You said that he was running through the six with his woes and his new wife and basically just left Zach. Sir, are you okay? You sound batshit crazy that you came into this man's life pretending to be a friend of his father's, telling all these fucking back in the heyday stories, and you the real daddy? That's crazy. You are absolutely crazy, okay? I'm like, Fatima, go ahead and bust this shit wide open, because she's been skeptical of your ass to begin with. Nonetheless, we see Karen and Aaron. Baby, they are packed. They're ready to go. Her mom comes over. Come to find out, she got a job transfer that's about 45 minutes away from them in Seattle. And it looks like everything is looking up for them. Karen has to say goodbye to her apartment. All right, moving on. Maurice and Dylan. Y'all, I gotta be honest. I don't really care for Maurice and Dylan. I like Maurice, but Dylan's not giving. And when he actually had a black boyfriend, we hardly got to see any screen time. But Dylan, we keep seeing this little man. I'm sorry. What's going on there? Nonetheless, like I said, we about to get to this cookout. Zach is over here grilling, and Mr. Keys is hanging out with him and all of that. Here comes Fatima. She now has questions. However, Zach shuts it down because he's like, you don't have to like grill Mr. Keys right now because they're all having a good time. And it's just like, sir, I'm just so curious to know how Zach is going to feel when he finds out that this man has been lying this whole time. I mean, blatantly lying the whole time about how, yeah, that was my best friend. That was my best friend. You out here coming into Zach's life as if this is the Big Brother program, and you over here playing daddy, but really you are the daddy. Just madness. This is pure madness. Okay? Moving on from there. Karen and Aaron, they show up, with the baby, and of course everybody's happy to see them because this is basically their little send-off. Danny gets there and she is stressed out. She is stressed about cheating on Tony. She calls him, but he don't answer the phone. However, Sabrina ends up calling her, y'all, and this phone call pissed me off. She on the phone talking about she want Rich back. Girl, are you okay? I'm not understanding why you want that nigga back. For what? So he can accuse you of cheating on him again? What are we doing here? Danny don't even have the mental capacity to listen to this bullshit. And honestly, I wouldn't either. I probably would have definitely got off that damn phone. So Danny ends up going inside. She talks to Fatima about the situation. She's super stressed about it. And I just feel like Tony ain't worth it. Tony is not worth all of the stress. And I'm not understanding why she now feels, because I said, this nigga done hit her with some reverse psychology. Why the fuck do you feel like now at this point, him stealing your money is fixable, but you cheating ain't? I'm like, if that nigga will steal your money once, he will steal it again. Are you okay? So Fatima, she's over here trying to be positive Patty, and she's like, everything, it'll work out, and we can revisit this conversation later. I'm like, Fatima, usually you are straightforward with your answers. But also, she can't say anything, because that would be her giving, what's his name? Giving Rich advice to go after Sabrina. And now we got to give Danny the same advice, because it's the same shit. You cheat on the person the day after y'all break up. Writers, please stop doing that shit. stop repeating storylines within the same damn friend group a couple of days later. Like, come on. Make it make sense. Because literally, this is the same shit that Rich just did to, what's her name? To Sabrina. They broke up. He cheated on her the next day. Danny and Tony broke up. She cheated on him the next day. Why are we repeating that shit? You know what? Moving on. We see Sabrina. She in the car. She gets a call from Paige. According to Paige, she don't have the key for the vault. So now Sabrina has to go and, help her out. Here's the thing, y'all. That girl, she barely started that car. She barely started that car and put her foot on the gas. Next thing you know, boom, she is getting hit by a car. Y'all, who y'all think did that? Because it's giving Damani's girlfriend. It's giving Damani's fiance or whatever she is. Because that lady was very spiteful, very vengeful, and it seems on brand for her. But we shall see what happens in season 10. Now, everybody's having a good time at the cookout. Andy and her mama show up. I said, oh, that's interesting. I did not expect for her to bring her mom. However, her mom, doing a lot like she always do. And next thing you know, she spots Mr. Keys. And I think he told her like, oh, funny seeing you here or whatever. Baby, her mama is out here trying to get chose. Her mama is trying to catch a man. And I'm just like, oh, we see where you get it from, Andy. We see it. So we see Zach. He talks to Rich about the situation with Sabrina. Why are we forcing this friendship? Like, I have no interest in Zach and Rich. Like I've been saying, bring back Preston, okay? Him and Zach, Preston and Zach has such a better camaraderie than Rich and Zach. It just don't even flow right. Nonetheless, this guy decides to go talk to Danny. Rich decides to take his ass over there to go talk to Danny. Because he's like, oh, well, Tony left his gym bag, so I was wondering if I can come pick it up. Nigga, no. No, the fuck you cannot. Are you okay? And also, you mean to tell me you trekked back to her house and entered you entered her home without her saying that you could come in, okay? Forceful entry much. You came to her house for a gym bag. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck on, get the fuck on, okay? So, of course, Tony has already told Rich, I guess, the situation with him and Danny. And, again, I'm just like, why are we acting like Tony did not take this girl's money? Why are we erasing that from the equation? How did we get here? How did we get to the breakup to begin with? Let's not start at her sleeping with somebody else. I'm not even going to say that she cheated on him because they broke up. Nigga, you literally stole money from her. Get the fuck out of here. So, next thing you know, we see Andy, her mama, is over there chopping it up with Mr. Keys. They talking or whatever. And Andy comes over. And she over trying to shoo Andy away. Because, again, she out here trying to get a man. And here goes Andy like, oh, you don't need to be drinking wine. You don't need to be drinking all of this stuff. So, just to be spiteful to her daughter, which is crazy, her mom decides to order some type of drink. I can't think of what it was, but I knew it was stronger liquor. I can't remember if it was a tequila or something like that. It was stronger than wine. And I'm like, lady, you are going through enough with your breast cancer. What are we doing here? And why are you showing out in front of your daughter? Why are we doing this? So, Karen, we see her, she's trying to reach Sabrina, no answer. Because at this point, we as the audience, we know that she got into a car accident, but of course nobody else does. We see Karen and Aaron, they have to say their goodbyes. Like, this is it. This is the end. And I can't lie. I giggled when Maurice gonna ask Fatima if she was the replacement or him. I was hollering. I said, sir, stop playing. Maurice, now are you the replacement or me? That was funny. Now, according to Andy, y'all, this is what threw me off. Andy decides to lean on over to Danny and say that Dr. Green isn't a good person. I said, bitch, where were you? Like, I know she was drinking and she was drunk and having a good time, but I know you had to have seen your homegirl Danny bumping and grinding with this man on the dance floor. Like, girl, are we okay? Did you not see him at the gay club? Now you want to tell her? What are we talking about? And also, what do you mean he's not a good guy? Because I feel like there was some undertone of like he be doing some shady shit. Not just because he's trying to talk to both of them, but because he ain't the best officer. You know what I mean? Baby, next thing you know, her car alarm is going off. And she's like, I'm going to see what's going on in my car. Y'all, next thing you know, we hear an explosion. So we don't know what done happened to Andy. Did Andy get burnt to a crisp? We don't know. Of course, we have Sabrina over here in an accident as well. I said, damn, 2 things had to happen with a car? Really, writers? Okay. Child. I just feel like, considering this was the season finale, I honestly feel like we could have left off with the last episode. The episode where everybody's at the club having a good time, getting into fights and all of that shit, and then singing "We Are Family" at the end. Baby, that could have been the last episode for me. And we could have left it right there. Honestly, and I love the actresses and the actors. Baby, if they wanted to end the series right there, that's where they could have ended it. But no, we got to come back to figure out what happened to Sabrina and what happened to Andy. And also, if Karen actually leaves once, all of this shit has happened. But yeah, that is what happened on the episode. I will see y'all in January because Sistas is coming right back. And I'm like, where the fuck is Divorced Sistas? Where is Divorced Sistas and where's the Tina? Because I'm a little confused. Usually they rotate. How are we starting season 10 of Sistas in January when we are not coming back with Divorced Sistas yet? What's happening, Tyler? But y'all, let me know what y'all thought about the season. What did y'all think about the season finale? Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all on my next review. Bye, guys.